Hey, everybody. Welcome to Locked On Brewers. I'm your host, Chuck Freeman. Your boy Freeman's here. Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We're your team every day. We are following your team every day, 7 days a week. The Brewers don't rarely take a day off, but we're going to try to be here on weekends as well. A little shorter version on weekends because, we're all busy, got stuff to do, but I'm going to try to sneak these in on weekends because, the weekend games count just as much as the weekday games, and we all want the information on the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Brewers get the win today, 3-1 at Wrigley against the Cubs. A couple of things. First of all, I'm doing this podcast because my kid is playing in a hockey tournament up here in Maryland. We're staying in beautiful Menominee, Michigan. We're at the hotel room here. So, we're not supposed to do it from with bed sheets and all that in the background, but I had to make an exception to the rule here. And number two, I'm doing this after the Florida Atlantic San Diego State basketball game because, to be honest with you, I had Florida Atlantic plus the 2 points. They lost the game by 1, so your boy got the job done. And then I got Connecticut that's going on right now, minus the 5.5. So we'll find out how that's going on later on. But between my kids' games today in this hockey tournament, went to a bar, had them turn on the Brewers. It's always disappointing when you walk into a bar, and I know we're way up here near the UP. Well, I'm in the UP, but the bar I went into was in Wisconsin. When you got to say, hey, can you turn the Brewers game on? And I'm in Marinette, Wisconsin. So they put the game on, and I watched it. And like you and everybody out there, we were putting memes, and they saw everything on Twitter, on Facebook, and how the Brewers just couldn't score, and how lifeless this was, like a carbon copy of Thursday. And then the 8th inning came in, and they scored 3 runs to overcome the 1-0 deficit, and they win it 3-0. But offense didn't steal the day. It was Brandon Woodruff. Brandon Woodruff goes 6 innings. He strikes out 8. And then in the 9th inning, when the Brewers are up 3-1, Devin Williams. What toughness from this guy. It's one thing to take a shot off the arm in a 70-degree day on a comebacker. It's another thing to do it when the wind chill's like 10 degrees, like it was at Wrigley. And that's what Devin did today. First batter, Dansby Swanson hits him right to the box. Swanson and hit him right in the bicep. Williams, he threw a pitch, but he gutted it out. He stayed out there, gave up a base hit to Ian Happ, and then induced the double play ball to Cody Bellinger. And Cody Bellinger sucks. He's not going to find anything with the Cubs. Keep running him out there in that 4th hole with the Cubs, and you'll see how that's going to work out for you, Chicago. And then a strikeout to end the game. And the Brewers get the win. But, yeah, lots of things to talk about. William Contreras delivers, and so does Jesse Winker. Winker with the game-tying base hit on a little bleeder up the middle. And then a Texas leaguer by William Contreras drives in 2, and the Brewers win the game with a 3-run 8th inning. Offensively, we're going to run down always when guys get in the game, the starting lineup, and talk about the each person and how they did. Mike Brousseau started at third base. They had the left-hander in there, the Cubs did, so they wanted to get the right-handed bats in there. Brousseau led off. He took an 0 for. Willie Adames, he struck out twice, and he went 0 for 3 as well. Yelich singled in that first at bat. He went oppo. They dropped Yelich down to the 3-hole. He singled, and they're thinking, okay, man, here we go. And then he struck out in his next 3 at-bats. William Contreras did strike out again today, but again delivered in the 8th inning when his team needed him most. And he also had a couple of walks, I believe. No, he didn't. He did not have a couple of walks. He went 1 for 4. Luke Voigt made the start. He went 0 for 4. He struck out twice. Rowdy Tellez has yet to get a base hit. He's 0 for 7 so far in the season. He today took the golden sombrero. He went 0 for 4 and 4 Ks. I thought he had 3 Ks, but he had 4 Ks for Tellez today. Oh, my gosh. Rowdy, he's got 7 Ks on the season. Brian Anderson went 1 for 3. Miller started at second base. He went 1 for 2. Weimer made the start today in center field, fielded his position fine. I was worried, him playing center field on a cold, windy day at Wrigley, but he was fine out there. A double on his first at bat, first pitch. His family out there at Wrigley came in for this, and Joey Weimer, who's the third best, rated as the third best prospect in the Brewer outfit, the Brewer farm system, number one outfielder, came through with a base hit early on in the game. Jesse Winker with the tying base hit there in the 8th inning as a pinch hitter coming up in the 8th inning and delivering huge. But how about Brandon Woodruff, man? What more can you say? This was going to be another game, I thought, where we weren't going to get enough offense for Woody. Yeah, one of those games where he's going to have a great pitching line, but no W next to it. He didn't have a W next to it. Strzelecki came in for a second game in a row, pitched the scoreless inning. Matt Bush, scoreless inning as well. And I'll be honest, when Bush is out there, I'm hiding under the coffee table, just in this case, hiding under the bar, just hoping and praying that nothing goes wrong, because we saw what he did last year and he was not very good. Devin Williams. What more can you say about Devin? He gives it the 2 hits, takes the shot off the arm, lives to tell about it, and gets his first save of the year. All in all, very good. Now, halfway through the game, some of you were in the Dunn Club out there, and the Dunn Club was created by my friend and my colleague and former coworker Steve Sparky Pfeiffer. Sparky was joined the Dunn Club, I think about 10 years ago. It's a thing that on the post-game show where if you think the Brewers are done, you just want to rinse your hands and finish with the Brewers in the pennant race, you join the Dunn Club. It's funny if you think about it. Some guys join in July. Some guys wanted to join today in the Dunn Club. So the Dunn Club is already picking up some members, but hopefully you all jumped out of it and we're ready to go and maybe take the series. I did not want to go into 0-2 going into the finale of the series. I was sweating this game out like it was Game 7 of the World Series, because I did not want to go into tomorrow afternoon's game thinking that, we got to win this game, because we do not want to go winless into opening day at Wrigley. We've been at AmFam Field. We've been there before. Did not want that to happen again, but thank God they won the game. Man, I was sweating bullets in this game. I was like, come on, they got to get something going here. And they did in the 8th inning. Thank God. Devin made things interesting in the 9th, but again, taking that shot off his arm and bouncing back, props out to him, man. Williams and Brandon Woodruff, that bullpen, the middle relief guys got it done again today. So that's going to do it. Again, these weekend shows are going to be a little shorter because we're very busy. We got stuff going on, you all, and I know you don't have a lot of time out there, but I want to get something in on that Brewer win today. Join me. I'll put another podcast. We'll be dropping it tomorrow night on the Locked On Podcast Network and talking about that finale at Wrigley. Hopefully the Brewers get the job done. I'm your boy, Chuck Freeman. You've been watching Locked On Brewers on the Locked On Podcast Network.